It's the Ride Along Friday night smoke session. This is your girl Info 40 in the building, and we have a special guest. We have the infamous Mugzy McFLy.
The one and only.
Right, the one and only.
I like the one. Appreciate you.
It's respectable.
Yeah.
It's very respectable.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that one. Thank you, guys.
So, welcome to the Ride Along. Welcome to Rough Rider Radio, the pit. You know, we are really honored to have you here. I've personally been following you for a while.
Really?
So, and I want to shout out my girl, Cupcakes by Mona.
Big shout out to her.
Because she's, got me, interested in what your movement was in like 2017.
Wow.
Even though I know you've been, working on things longer before that.
Yeah.
So, but she's put you on the radar, and I was like, I've just been following your career and your design, your movement. And you're a whole, like, literally a movement.
Now this is really exciting
That's
because
dope.
we do like a lot of rappers, and most of the time I don't even want to talk to them. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's very annoying.
I get it.
They be extremely weird sometimes and all that other shit. But this is something that's extremely exciting because, no matter how much rap you intake, sometimes it just be enough of that. You like other things, and the other things that I tend to like.
You don't just listen to music.
Fashion.
Put on clothes too. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah, the clothes be making the music most of the times when the visuals be popping out.
Absolutely, you need the music video.
Not even going to lie, the clothes be saving a lot of music videos.
Don't do that.
I'm not even going to lie. Yo, you know who what is this nigga Heady One is?
Heady One, I heard that name.
He's a London
He's
rapper.
from UK, yeah. He's from
So
UK, yeah.
him and H got a song with each other. H, I don't want to. He is what he is. He's a white boy.
Yeah.
But they got this. I forgot the name of the song, but I think they only have one, so it wouldn't be hard to find it. The way they're dressed in that video,
It's
you
crazy.
would watch that video at least 10 times.
Just for the fits.
The fits and where they shot the video at. Like, fashion really does a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, I
And
mean the movie and the soundtrack go one on one.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you look at movies and shows to see what the outfits are, even as a female.
You get the references.
You're watching it, watching the videos, 90s hip hop, all those old school videos that were showing you the style, what's in the streets.
Well, it was acceptable.
Growing up in New York City, you grew up in New York City, right?
Absolutely.
How did the environment shape your passion for fashion and creativity?
Well, I mean, like, you grow up and it's like, to think about it now, it's like a kid could be 3, 4 and they could get the whole world through their phone. It's like, nah, like, I gotta go outside and see it. Like, people don't really think about, like, I used to go to school and the playground where my school was at was like blood territory.
School.
To the point, like, fashion became so dangerous that, I gotta know what I'm wearing red, wearing blue. And I'm talking about
That's true.
you in 4th, 5th grade. And if you're a little tall, they might think you somebody else. Like, It was really crazy that fashion always been, like, I look at it now and I see people cosplaying and doing things and I'm like, yeah, we didn't really wear that. It might have been popular, but we didn't wear that. Or if everybody had that, I was like, that wasn't it. Or it was dangerous. You couldn't wear your chain and everything, fake or real.
True, yeah.
You couldn't wear all that shit outside. You couldn't wear no flag and you wasn't about it, no matter what color. Like, you could get beat up for that. So it's different. So that kind of influenced and then, like, even where I come from, not having the money, so it's like I had to dress myself financially responsible. Like, I gotta be able to finesse. Like Biggie always says, like, I had 3 pair of jeans. Like, I had the ones for the Wednesday and Friday and Tuesday and Thursday. Like, you have to finesse. So I learned fashion that way.
I mean, so you started. Let's start at Mugzy McFly at 13.
Yes.
Where you really started creating, your outlook. Did you know at 13 that's what you wanted to do?
13,
like, where did you start?
13, at that age, not to show too much of my age.
No, I'm not.
I was really it's funny. I was at a crossroads. I look way younger than I am. I was at a crossroads where I was like, okay, do I keep sticking by like some of my friends and what they doing, or do I want something else or more for myself? And it was just at a point where like I had to pivot, and like for me to think about it at that age, at 13, to be that responsible. Like, my mom wasn't the one on my back. To be that responsible, know, like, I need to go to school further away. I can't go to Evander or Truman because all my friends go there. I gotta go to Kennedy because it's a little distance. I need to reset. If I want to do this and do that, I need to go here, and I need to make my fish tank bigger. I need to expand.
Right.
So that's what ended up happening. And it's like at 13, I just knew I wanted to be different. I wanted to be him. So I could say it kind of planted the seeds. Cause I feel like if I was just still with the kids you knew since you were 5 years old, you might not ever been able to go further or explore. Because people expect that same guy from you for the rest of your life.
But what was that turning point for you at the age of 13 where you was like, because I don't want to be like too specific, but 13 at the age probably 11 or 12, was you really gearing your mind to still be like, nah, I'm about to really jump off the porch with who I am with this clothing shit?
It's funny because it wasn't, at that time, I really wasn't like completely involved. I didn't even think about clothing. Because like coming up, they're like, we're a victim of circumstance. So where I'm coming from is like, I'm not thinking about none of that. I was like, yo, I need to pass. I need to be the smartest because I need to get a good job so I can help my mother. Because it's just me and my mother. That's it. No pops, no nothing. Yo, it's not easy. That's all I'm thinking at the time. I'm not thinking about nothing else. But then I remember, having my first pair of Jordans and realizing that, yo, this kind of could rescue you. Like, this could put you in a different space. You don't have all the fly shit, but them shoes. Then the match and fit. Then as you get older, it's like, oh, you start learning more and more and more. Timbs got real popular. The field boot came out. The black Timbs. That was the first time I ever seen black Timbs. It's like, oh shit, Fat Farm came out. This came out. I'm like, oh, I had to get real. I remember going to middle school, 11 years old, and it's like, I'm wearing N1 because N1 mixtapes is the shit. But when I go to school with the N1s on, it's like, what are you wearing? Like, I'm like, these are the coolest guys, but why the merch and the guys don't match up? Well, who's the guy? Jordan. So this is where you got to be at. Jordan, Penny, and them guys, and that's when things started changing. Like, oh, all right, and a different respect you get from people that don't even know you. That kind of moved it. And then it's like, all right, I can't be comfortable. Let me break the ceiling. And that's when that was kind of like the turning point. Was like, all right, I got comfortable and I knew I was up to trend. And I was like, now let me start my own.
So early on, you were kind of that guy with fashion and.
Probably right. I will honestly say 13, 14, that year is the actual year where I crossed over.
Okay.
Because I start like, let's say 6th grade, I didn't know what's going on. 7th grade, I was adjusted. 8th grade, I started to get my style. But then 9th grade, it was like, oh shit, if I do this, I got it. And I started getting a relationship with a place in Bay Plaza, Basic Footwear and JC Footwear, where I would get sneakers early, but I was really short. So I could get, first of all, I wore a smaller size. So most of my friends I was starting to wear like 8 and 9. I still wore 6 and 5.5. So I could get my shit off for cheaper. So I was like, oh, I'm broke, but I could do this. All right, y'all all getting sneakers, even though small size. All right, God be like, yo, we gonna have the sneakers this day. And I'm like, when they come out? Oh, 2 weeks. And I start going on Nike talking shit. So I figured out, all right, at least if I get it first, I got another upper hand on y'all. So I started getting my sneakers a month sometime earlier. They used to keep the box. And used to get the sneakers. Everything is different now, but before then, nobody believed that shit is. They never even. There's no internet to know when the release is coming out.
That's true.
We be knowing shit come out a year before. Them days, if I came through with a colorway, there wasn't nothing about no fakes, and you had no idea when it was coming out. It's like how he has those. So that energy to look at your foot was like different. And I remember the first week of school, in high school, I had shoes 3 weeks early. And that kind of set the standard for me as that guy in school immediately. Like, yo, that's short kid in double period gym, first and second period, he got it.
So what was most likely? What was most likely your statement? Was it just wearing what everybody else had better than them? Was it only having exclusive pieces, things that people couldn't get?
So what I would used to say, it's funny, nobody really asked me this. I like y'all. Nobody really made me get this deep into this story, and I remember it perfectly. So show my age. I'll show my age.
That's all right.
I'll show my age.
You ain't gonna say
I always, it's how you always show your age. You ask, especially with a shorty, you ask a girl like, yo, where you was at for 9/11? And that you tell where a girl's at. I got home with my mom, I was in daycare. I was in my 3rd day of high school, 9/11. So you do your own math.
All right.
So I was old enough.
Right.
So I remember the patent of the 9s, navy blue low cut came out. They came out, I'll never forget, September 21st. Remember, school started like the 8th or the 9th that year. And I had them already. And I'm talking about how it worked is that the guys would hate because it's like, yo, this nigga got the shoes already. But the girls is like, oh, he wear my size. how they got them shoes. But back in them days, it wasn't about being trendy and you didn't put niggas on. It's like, yo, I got it. If you my mans, maybe I'll fuck with you. But otherwise than that, my secret is my secret because you can't get it. So my thing was having it early, but killing it. But the last thing that really got niggas tight is that I used to get it, and I wasn't a fan of changing for gym. So I was one of them niggas. I had my basketball shorts underneath my sweats, but I still kept the fresh sneakers on to play ball. So sneakers didn't come out yet.
That's crazy.
And I played ball in them, so niggas like,
fuck,
this shit ain't come out. And this nigga playing ball in it. And I can't even wear a size, so you can't even impress me. So I got you. I got it all the way around, and that was really the start of it all. Even the clothes ain't catch up yet, probably till like the end. The clothes ain't catch up, but I need to catch up. And it was again, I was a victim of circumstance. I was small, I was like 4'11" going into high school. I couldn't buy the big Pellies and the big jerseys and the baggy Paco jeans. It's like, I could get the sneakers though. Right. So I just capitalized on that. So that's why I got it. I had it first and I didn't care. And by the time y'all got it, I was on to the next one because I could afford it. Them nines was like $75. I was like, oh yeah, I could handle that. Save my coins.
That's light work.
Yeah.
Save my allowance. 3-4 weeks, I'm good.
Smaller sizes is always. And
look, I was blessed because by the time we got to 10th grade, I remember kids with size 6, they moved kids to size 7. I was like, yes, I get more time to shine.
As soon as you said your size, what size you were, that was like, that's my size.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Yeah.
And that's what, if the girls were like, oh, how you got those? I'm like, chill, ma, I can't even. I used to lie, like, my cousin got it for me. Like, my cousin even got these, but I ain't gonna make you be tight that I can't put you on.
My cousin in Jersey and Connecticut.
Yeah, my cousin. You don't know him. You didn't know he older. Yeah. Legit.
So how did you, you already had your eye on fashion early on, or just style. So but how did you get from that to where you are now? Like in between, what were you doing? Because I know
I know what you asking, but let me ask something else a little specific. You got into modeling and you done like runway and everything.
Yes.
Okay, so I still kind of want to piggyback off the 13-year-old. We can move on from that, but just to kind of like. And increments a little bit. Before you started coming out with your own clothing line and everything, was modeling one of the things for you to really stamp yourself in this, or was that something just to do on the side?
So it's funny. I see like people sit here and they want to do things. Everything I did just kind of was a circumstance. Like it just happened. Like, all right, so I started the brand in 2013. We're talking about 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's high school. All that time, I'm just trying to be the flyest dude. Right. Then I go to college and it's like, oh, y'all Brooklyn, Queens, whatever people ain't dressing like us Bronx niggas, and I'm still getting the shit early and y'all ain't got it. It's like, all right, now it's just me representing the whole Bronx, which I hold very heavily. So I'm like, it's a whole nother time. It's a whole nother time now. But now the outfits and the dressing got to go up. Right. Mommy got a better job. She active duty military, so she could help me out because I'm going to school. So I was like, allowance is a different type of allowance. I could go crazy. Now I could compete. And Kanye out, 50 out, that kind of soundtrack is there. It's like, oh, what really it was is that whole time I'm thinking, let me hurry up and get right, get a job. I'm dressing fly, but then it got to a point. Social media now. Now it come to a point where StoneX had passed. StoneX was cool. Facebook was like just for college students, so it was a little limited, and I didn't really mess with the college kids. But then MySpace came, and what happened with MySpace is now everybody yearned to capture the moment.
Wait, did you just say Facebook first and then
Facebook came out? Facebook came out first. It just wasn't public. It was only for college students.
Now I'm showing my age.
Yeah.
I know you be. I'm telling you because
I just showed mine.
Exactly. Because a lot of people don't know that. Like StoneX was that thing.
I know
StoneX was that thing. Yeah. But guess what? Facebook was so big because it wasn't open to everybody. So if you only college students knew about it. First it was only a set amount of colleges. Then they opened it to all colleges. Then they see MySpace and it's like, we gotta open it to everybody. And that's what happened. I remember I had a college email with 05 at the end because that was the only way you could get in. That's the only, you had no way in. It's just for college. But MySpace made it a point where it's like, for me to exist, I need content. Mm-hmm. When I first got into designing was like, when we made code, we all made code for MySpace. It was like making your page better than everybody else's. Getting the music, I was making my page amazing. And that's kind of how it became. Jump back and jump back. Jump forward and jump back. It's like, that's how I got to designing because it was like, oh, this page represents everything. And that's the first time I ever heard of views. Because I remember I logged in on my man's computer and he seen my profile views and they're like, yo, what the fuck? And now they boycott my page because they don't want to give me more views. I'm like, oh, but you got to a point where you go outside and me and my guy, we're the only people with digital cameras at the time. So we control the portal to this world. So he take my pictures, I take his pictures, but if you're not around us, it's clip. Because we have the Samuel 8100 with the horrible. I remember the number. Came in navy blue and silver.
You telling it.
Sprint's not even online no more.
Right.
But you couldn't even get a good picture off. Now we have digital cameras. Like, yo, I need this nigga to take my picture. He's gonna make me. So we already. It's funny because we both ended up with brands. So we just got to a point where it just worked out that way. And what honestly happened is just I wanted pictures and I had practice with it. So it just got to a point like what actually happened is one of my friends came out with a brand and that opened my mind to be like, wait, if you could do it and we here together, I could do it. Now I'm doing a photo shoot for you and realizing that my likeness is making other people buy it. And you see that before I see it. You see my value as a poster boy before I did.
So you kind of indirectly started modeling in a way.
Yeah, indirectly, because I got asked. I had the look. I had the charisma. I was used to being in front of a camera. So it was like, yo, come in this show. I'll pay you. Oh, take these pictures. You see my MySpace. You see all the pictures I have. I have unbelievable amount of albums compared to the average person. Because it's not like Instagram where everybody got a great camera on the 3 cameras on the back of their phone. True. It's like some regular digital. If you don't have that as clip, how long you gonna take to develop your pictures, bro? Weeks, months.
Yeah.
So it was a different avenue. Just kind of like by default, it was like, yo, this guy's actually fly, and he has the catalog, so let's use him.
So have you always been Mugzy McFly?
So
how did this come about?
So how that happened is I'm gonna tell you right now, on the bottom of my heart, I hated the name Mugzy. Every fabric of my character, I hated the name.
It's not because of the basketball player.
Yeah, it is because of the basketball player. But you see, now you see me 6'2", and he's 5'3". I met him. Shout out Mugzy. He's a great guy. I was 4'11". Again, I tell you, I had double period gym, first and second period as a freshman. And I'll never forget my boy Scotty. He was like 2 grades higher than me. I'm taller than him now, but he played ball. He was the nicest lefty on varsity and everything. He was nice, nasty.
Dangerous.
And he picked. I remember like we were playing. I was about to not get picked, and he's like, "Yo, I'm nice. Matter of fact, I'll pick my man Mugzy right here and win because I was short." Like, what the fuck you calling Mugzy? Like, but whatever.
Hey,
but I get to play now. He always picking me, and we always winning. So call me whatever the fuck you want, bro. But what you allow will continue. So first and second period. Now you think about it as a freshman. You start your day with these people and you end your day with these people because most classes you have with the same set of people. We're all in gym. Yeah. We don't have to be. We all get split up throughout the day, but we all have different classes. I might have classes with y'all to this, and him the next one, then y'all to the next one, and that's how it goes. So once people heard Mugzy, after they see me throughout the day, they remember me as Mugzy from gym, and it stuck. So it's like, all right, y'all call me that at school, but at home I'm just Jay. It's cool, it's fine. But then one guy who's another upperclassman that lived in my neighborhood, he went to my school, and somebody called me that name, and he was like, Mugzy. And I'm like, yo, just relax. I went to the park back home, and he was yelling that out. I'm like,
damn.
Nah, this nigga
wildfire.
He was a G too, so it's like I couldn't even get mad. I'm like, fuck. And it just became a thing. So I'm like, all right, let me just make sure that I brand this right. And I've been a huge fan of Back to the Future, whole trilogy, all 3 movies. And I was like, all right, let me brand it the right way. Because I've learned that, I don't know how I was able to know this at a young age. Like, you got to understand that names matter. So one, Mugzy will always be Mugzy Bogues. So I make sure that I substitute the S and make it a Z. That's one. And you need a last name. So no matter what your name is, you have to have, only a couple of people have one name that's strong. LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, Rihanna. But that's all done by, even with Drake, he did that because his real name is Aubrey. Like, he made sure that you have to have a name that's marketable. There's a lot of fake names, a lot of, Jamie Foxx's name is not Jamie. It's like, it's a bunch of people.
Eric something.
Yes, it's crazy. Like, Steph's name is not Steph, is Wardell. Like, that can't sell jerseys.
Yeah, that's true.
J.R. Smith is Earl. That's not it's J.R.
Sure, yeah,
exactly. It's crazy. So I knew that, and my biggest inspiration coming from the Bronx is Ralph Lauren, and his name was Ralph Lipschitz. And he knew that people didn't want to buy clothes from a Jewish boy, so he changed his name. So I'm like, all right, I got the Mugzy part, it's sticking. how do I add this? And I know that repetition with like constants, so M and M, I'm like, all right, I'm a big fan of this. Got the acronym, Many Can't Fly Like You, Mugzy McFly, and I branded that. Because you're gonna know, you might remember Mugzy, you might remember McFly. Most people don't usually put both of them together, and I lived with that. And it was just, it was honest, because it was my height, my favorite movie, I strive for the future, and here I am. So
when names flow like water, it's just so
But see, I try to tell people, you show your age with this, because I got my name because that was my name. Some people got their name because it's a username. They made their username. My username is not a username. It's my nickname. It's my name. Google me. It's my name.
It is your name.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I look at people now. It's like, yeah, your name ain't nobody call you Cash Out 219, nigga. Ain't nobody call you that. Ain't nobody call you that.
So true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas had a lot of, like 60 niggas' name was T Money or D Money or M Money.
Yeah. D Breezy.
And all those is regular. Like, and it's cool. But you know that you couldn't keep that as username because there's 65 of y'all. Yeah. So it's over. But that's the difference. Nicknames and usernames. We reach a point where it's like, there's no such thing as nickname. That's why people start putting their Instagram name on the flyer. Because if you put your nickname, nobody knows who you are.
So how'd you get to the point of you coming up, not with your brand, because you're just explaining that, but with just making your own clothes and stuff like that?
So it's funny. I actually was kind of experimenting and making clothes before I even had a brand, and before even before my friend had a brand. There was a spot called Sports Center, SNS Sports Center, on White Plains Road 236. I'll never forget. And they made custom jerseys. That was the first time I ever seen something like that. Mm. I remember I'm little now, so I can't wear the Pele Pels, the Pepes, and all that stuff because everything was baggy. So it was baggy, but I had no waist. So I could, no matter how much I put my belt, I couldn't wear it. I'm like, damn, I gotta figure out my own style. So I started going more like the polo route, the sweatpants route, and stuff like that to figure it out. Cause it's like, the jeans shit not gonna work for me. So, and then the jerseys was fucking 2-3X.
Right.
And then like, at the time, the champions ain't rock, the swingman ain't rock. You have to have the champion authentic. With the holographic and the double stitching, you have to have the, shit is like, $150, $200 better. And it's like, for a shirt, and your head is a shirt, it's a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of money. Like, so it's like, all right, the polo 65, the Lacoste is 65. Like, I might go here. Right when Kanye was talking about, like, I might go this way, it's half, 1/3 the price. If I tell my mom I need something for 200, she's gonna slap me silly. She Jamaican, she ain't playing that. Yeah. So I started going there and designing, but never buying. So I started seeing like, oh, I want this. I remember the French Blues came out the first time in the Raptors, and my man wanted to get the Raptors. I got both pairs because I wore a size 6.5 at the time, so it was light change. It was like 150 the most. But I'm trying to design a jersey because at the time, how the thing used to work, and people give Fabulous all his flowers because at times, as jersey came out, the first jersey you seen in a music video is what the outfit was. So it's like, damn, if you weren't the first to wear it, well, not everybody, but a few of us at the cool table was like, if you bust the jersey first with those, I don't want it. I gotta do something else.
Right.
I can't swagger jack you. And the thing about it, even back then, he could do that once a week and it'd be fine. He could do that outfit once a week and it's not nothing. He got it like that. Now, oh, you took a picture of it and you can't wear it again. Y'all bugging.
Yeah.
Fuck out.
Yeah.
Y'all bugging the fuck out.
Oh my.
Get out of here. Get out of here, please. But them days is like, all right, you're wearing the jerseys baggy. I look crazy with the baggy jerseys. And then from the baggy jersey with the not so baggy pants, it's like, all right, it's not working. So I'm trying to do custom. And you gotta think about it. I'm wearing like a large, extra large kids. That shit don't look the same as y'all nigga shit. So I be like, I got baby clothes on. It's not working. Like, all right, so fuck it. I'm good.
You gotta do your own.
So I started going there to try and figure out stuff. And I always wanted to make something custom. I think I probably did finally make one thing custom. And it's like, all right. And it's kind of opened my mind, like, if I could think of it, it kind of made me go harder to think about how the outfit could come together. And that was probably my first canvas of even thinking of making clothes.
You customizing, was it like second nature? Was it anything that you read up on, looked up on? Did you watch somebody else do it? Or,
no, I like the
did you just fuck up a lot until you got that?
Like where I'm designing now, it honestly was like we were really way more creative back in the days. Like everybody had Timbs, the field Timbs. I remember the little slot in the beef and broccoli. People used to buy flags, camo flags, and cut it into that. Same thing with the Nike checks on the Air Force One lows. You cut it out, and people used to get face out. I used to fuck it up with a bunch of crazy glue and like, yo, I can't throw out these sneakers. My mom will kill me. I gotta make sure I get it right. Yeah. And it'd be sloppy, but I get it. And that's kind of like the first canvas of doing things. But it wasn't really like you had the internet or nobody to backtrack on. If you seen somebody that wasn't in your circumference doing something, maybe you could take it and bring it home because ain't nobody could say nothing to you. But otherwise, that just up here.
Yeah.
It's like, he did the tan joints and he put a red flag as a tongue. I'm gonna get the black joints and put a blue flag. All right, cool. Because I didn't want to be like him, but I respected his shit. He opened up the floodgates, and that was it. And then if I was like the fifth guy, it's too late for me.
Well, you know,
yeah.
The streetwear, you know, is so competitive. There's so many different brands.
It's supposed
to.
Because
we went to the fashion show at the Armory.
Yeah.
With Gorilla. I mean, we saw so many. At like 20, we're like, okay, I don't even know. I'm dizzy now.
It's tough now.
But it was good though. It was. What's gonna set you apart from like all of that?
So I feel like it's just a story you're telling. Like I think everything is reference points. Like where do you get your tea from? I always look at people like, if you get your love and all the imagery from online, they got it from someone else. The inspo came from someone else. Mm-hmm. If I do something a specific way, I have a varsity jacket on. Not because varsity jacket is a staple. I played basketball. That was the lifestyle I lived. I used to go to Kennedy 5 a.m. for JV practice every morning for almost 3 years. I don't even care about playing on the team. I just wanted to be with my friends and play ball early. I just wanted that. It's like unlimited